campuses that exist not only in hospitality in terms of this country, but also in terms of hospitality across the world. In fact, I'm sure by now you have already understood we conduct a lot of events. One of them is called the Young Chef Olympiad, of which Goa is a very recent tradition. So this year, Goa was one of the centers which hosted the Young Chef Olympiad, and trust me when I tell you this, we had people from 10 different countries, the judges from 4 other countries who had come down to India, and when they came to Goa, they sang Goa, Goa, Goa till the time they left India. In fact, a couple of days ago, I am in a WhatsApp group in which all the judges keep chatting, and their primary goal now is when the next Young Chef Olympiad happens, all of them want to come to Goa. So that's the kind of campus that you have chosen, and that's the kind of campus that has chosen you. So let me first of all welcome you. My heartiest welcome to all of you to the site, IIHM Goa. Now, what does it include? What does it mean that you are a student of IIHM Goa? IIHM Goa conducts different curricula. There are different courses that are in progress, and a mixture of all the students. You are all here. The thing is that all of you will have the same induction for the next 2 weeks. For the next 2 weeks, you are all together. But after that, we will be breaking you down into different sections, and you will have different timetables which will be shared with you in course of the upcoming week. Not now. Today, fun day, enjoy yourself, have a nice time. Please ensure that you have a really good time tomorrow and day after, because come Monday, there is such an action-packed week that we have planned out for you, that you will have a lot of understanding, a lot of catching up, a lot of holding on to, a lot of stuff to do. Alright, so it is important that you please pay attention to what is going to happen. The next week, the induction schedules will be shared with you by possibly tomorrow or day after on Sunday on WhatsApp or on your email IDs. What you need to understand is the sessions. These are all sessions. Don't just consider them to be people going. That's not true. First step, no hand holding. So please understand, we are not going to tell you, okay, now take out your books and start noting down. We are not going to say, okay, bring your classwork notebook and I will check. Those times are gone, boys and girls. Remember, I don't know how many of you were there when we started off, and one of the things that I said, right now is the time when you start a very long journey from being turned from boys and girls into ladies and gentlemen. And this journey, it's my responsibility to ensure that this journey goes successful for all of you. So I'm not just going to be here to provide you with a job. I'm not just going to be here to provide you with the skills. I am here to convert you into an adult human being, a professional. And that professionalism will, whether you like it or not, will start with the next week. And you will have to start along with it. A lot of things will go into that. It's not just that we are, notebooks and things, these are very small things. But what you need to show is that how serious, how sincere you are about the course. I will take 10 steps to ensure that you become a professional. You have to take at least one. Your sincerity is going to decide how your career progresses from here. See, I'm not just a hotel management person. You need to accept the fact that I am not here to ensure that you get a job at a hotel. My job is to ensure that you get a good job. It could be anywhere in this world. It could be with any industry in this world. It could be the industry of your choice, and it need not be just hotels. You can choose to be in telecom. You can choose to be in any kind of service sector industry. You could choose to be in banking. You could choose to be in retail. You could choose to be in digital security. My students are working already as cyber security analysts. Doesn't mean I teach them that. What it means is I teach them how to be a good professional. That's what we are known for. We are known to convert everybody, every student, every child into a professional adult. So we are going to start off with a lot. It's a long journey. We'll do a lot of stuff. Trust me, you may not like it initially, but you will find that it is challenging. And when it challenges you, you will start enjoying it. Right? So what is actually required? What do I need from you? What is that one step that I was asking you for? A lot of you, during your interviews, when you met me, I must have told you, or I usually do. Skills I can give you. It's a transferable asset. I can transfer skills to you. I can teach you how to provide service. I can teach you how to use the good words. I can teach you to be a fantastic communicator. I can teach you to have flair in whatever you do. I can teach you the glamour of being alive. What I cannot teach you is the attitude, the sincerity with which you decide that you want to be successful. Your reason for that success, your reason for wanting this course. This attitude needs to come from you, boys and girls. You need to give me that confidence that you have that sincerity. Show me that sincerity and I will revert to you. I said I will take the next 10 steps to ensure that you become a good professional. Now, a lot of your classes are going to be conducted online. Not all of your classes, because as of the government diktat, possibly by the beginning of next month, which is October, we should be opening the college. And once that happens, we will be starting to call you to college in small batches. I cannot obviously call everybody at once, because if I do, we'll all be standing together and we'll be singing, "Go, Corona, go, go, Corona." True? So we can do that. Therefore, we will be starting to call you in small batches. We are going to start taking sessions, practical sessions one by one. But for everything, your online classes or your physical classes, things that are important. One, your knowledge is your responsibility, not mine. Whether you decide to learn is going to be your responsibility. We will give you knowledge. Trust me, I have full faith on my team. The amount of knowledge they have is massive. We have walking, talking encyclopedias with us. How much of it can you utilize is entirely up to you. You need to decide whether you actually want that piece of information, that piece of knowledge. And trust me, from my perspective, no knowledge is bad knowledge. So you should contain everything. Now, how do you ensure that happens? Number one, punctuality. It cannot be that for a session at 2 o'clock, most of you log in at 2:10. Problem number one. Punctuality is not just about discipline. Of course, discipline is important, but punctuality is also, boys and girls, it's also important because it shows your sincerity. How sincere are you towards a particular subject? If you are sincere, then automatically you will be punctual. I mean, think of the time when you wanted to go for a party, or your parents decided to take you for a picnic, or your school was going on a picnic. Every day for your school timing, obviously you had people to push you for your school. But on the day of the picnic, that never happened. Why? Because you were interested in it. That interest is what I need. I need that interest so that the students, the teachers, whatever gyan they are going to give, because that's a lot of gyan that they are going to give, there is somebody to receive it. So ensure that you're punctual. Second, and very important, your grooming. Now, grooming is something that we are going to teach you. So forget about grooming. Well, I'm just telling you what is important, but there will be others who will teach you how the concept of grooming works. Let me now start focusing more on the online channels, because at least for the near future, a lot of things that will happen are going to happen online. Boys and girls, you need to understand that when you are in an online session, it is still a full-fledged session. Therefore, it is important that you keep your videos on. Do not turn them off. Turning your video off tells me that you're trying to hide something. What is it that you're trying to hide? So you need to keep your videos on. More importantly, starting now, I need you, boys and girls, to identify a place in your room, in your home. Could be inside your room, could be outside your room, wherever. Identify a place which you're going to utilize for studies. Now that place is going to be your place. Okay? It is your responsibility to keep that place neat and clean. It is your responsibility to keep your whatever is required for your study ready onto that place. It is your responsibility to make that place your study temple. And if there are any parents who are here who are listening to me, parents, it's a request. Please do not interfere in this. Let your ward decide the place. And give them that independence that they can choose that place. And it's their responsibility to keep that, the upkeep of that place is going to be their responsibility. Boys and girls, every online session, you should be there. You have to be there. Attend the session. The sessions are not planned so that you can see a recorded video and learn from it. The session is planned so that you can interact with the person live, so that you can ask questions live. And a lot of sessions in hospitality are not just yarn delivery sessions, they are a lot about learning how to do things. For example, if I start taking a session on how to speak to a camera versus how to speak to an audience, there is a vast difference. Now I can show you the difference on a video and you will not understand anything because I'm doing it right there on a video. Or else you can join me on a session like we have just now and I can show you the difference on this podium, on this stage. Okay, so it's important for you to attend the sessions. Attend the sessions from your decided location because that location is going to get associated with your ability to learn. Not for us, for you. That time is gone when learning depended upon your teachers and your parents. There's a very ancient saying. It goes like Acharya Padam Adate Padam Shishya Somedhya. There's a long saying, I'll not go into the details, but let me tell you the gist of it. If you divide the quadrant of your learning, if you divide a circle of your learning into 4 quadrants, you will find that there are 4 equally divisible reasons of good learning. 25% of your learning comes from your teacher. Mark my words, only 25% comes from your teacher. 25% comes from your talent to learn. 25% comes from your peer group, which means you all together. And the last 25% is time, experience, and circumstances. Now that you've joined IIH, 25% is my responsibility. 25% practical experience, again my responsibility. So 50% I am giving you. 50% comes from your friends who are right now with you. I'm sure you must have seen each other, at least in the gallery view on Zoom. So please take a look at each other. You will all be responsible for each other's learning as well. The last 25% is your sincerity, your ability to accept knowledge. Alright? So that is the quadrant. That's the sphere of life. That's the sphere of learning cycle in human beings. So you are also equally responsible for your learning. Moving on, you have found a place to study. You are taking care of your place to study. You will report to classes on time. Ensure that you have something on which you can store data. Now, when I say data, I'm not talking about intent. I'm talking about data as an information. Now, whether you're good, you feel that you're good at writing things down, so you have a notebook and a pen, or you think it is better for you to type, so you have your, you're looking at the Zoom, but you're typing on your WordPad or Notepad or Microsoft Word, whatever it may be, or you use OpenOffice, or you decide to actually record the entire session in your own device, or you decide that you don't want to look at people, you only want to hear people, so you record it on a tape recorder. All is your call. Entirely is your call. But information gathering system has to be in place. How are you going to gather that information? Do you write? Do you record? Do you observe? How do you record information? Because information is going to be vast. You know why information is going to be vast? When you join IIHL, you decided to take a very difficult prospect. What was difficult about it? You're not just doing a degree or a certification course. There's a lot of things that will get added up to it. There's a lot of exposure that will be given to you. There will be sessions with some of the leading people in the world in individual departments. And those people will not have time or patience to sit and dictate. They will come and they will talk. Like Chef Ranveer Bragg will come and talk. Don't expect him to tell you that, okay, now note this down. Chef Kunal Kapoor will talk. Don't expect him to tell you that, okay, now you need, this is an important point, take note of this. How do you take note of this? It's your call, your responsibility. You can record it for later use. Up to you. We will facilitate that information. We will ensure that you have that information in your hand. Alright? So please make good use of the information that is given to you. That use, that utility can decide your career path. For example, a person like me, I'm not a chef. Honestly, I could not be a chef. Even if I wanted to. Working in hot kitchens, not my hobby. I just can't do it. I have passed my culinary exam, very honestly telling you. In fact, my chef said that I could become a good chef, but I really did not see my career going that way. So I decided not to become a chef. That does not mean that I can't learn it. I can. And look where it landed me. Today, I'm heading an institution of hospitality management. Why? Because I have the knowledge. Whether I like it, I don't like it, secondary, but I have the knowledge. Similarly, it's good that you keep the knowledge, all knowledge that comes to you. So we have decided your punctuality, your space, how you're going to collect data, more importantly, the other kind of data, that is internet and technology, the Internet of Things. Boys and girls, up to last year, whether we like it or not, up to last year, having an internet connection was a luxury. Today, having an internet connection is a necessity. So, you will need to ensure that you have a data connectivity when a session is going on. You will need to ensure that your data works while the session is going on. And you will, of course, a lot of times you will be doing an activity. And when you're doing an activity, your camera will be on, data consumption may go high. Please ensure that you have possible solutions to data. Very important. Because in today's world, that is the connection. There is no other way of connection. Trust me, even if I devise a new way of connection, it will still require data. Right? So that is the next point that is very important for you. Please keep your internet available. Now, internet also means that you need to have a device. Device does not mean a mobile phone. Why it's not a mobile phone? It's not that you cannot use a mobile phone. Maybe a lot of you are very happy with mobile phones. But problem is, mobile phones have a very small screen. And the sessions that we are going for, they're long sessions. At least 40 minutes a session. For a 40-minute session, you're peering into the mobile phone. Okay, quickly, unmute yourself. How many of you play PUBG, used to play PUBG? believe that nobody played PUBG. सच्ची सच्ची बताओ कौन कौन खेलता था PUBG? Show me a thumbs up. Come on, guys. Nobody played PUBG. Come on. It's not possible that none of you played PUBG.
Excuse me, but
Girish played PUBG. Mansha played PUBG. Okay. Good. What else? Who else? Nobody else. What was the main problem with PUBG? Why do you think the government banned it? Socho, socho.
It was in Chinese app.
Sorry?
Because it was in Chinese app.
Because it's Chinese app. Possibly, yes, definitely Chinese app is one reason. But understand, a lot of kids were focusing on PUBG so much that it was becoming harmful to their physical attributes. Mental attributes too, but definitely physical attributes. I mean, imagine peering into something like this, and quite literally this. I am myself a PUBG player, so I can assure you that this is the truth. Looking like this constantly, hours on hours, and it became a problem. An entire generation of people started having back issues. Your generation people started having back issues. Now, we don't want that to happen when you're learning. Therefore, it's important for you to be absolutely sure of what device are you going to use. It's okay to use a desktop, it's okay to use a laptop, something that has a wider screen, which does not hurt your eyes. Because you're going to be staring at it for almost 6 hours a day, constantly. And after that, I'm going to give you homework. When I give you homework, I expect it to be done. So when I give you homework, it is important that you will have to do some more research. That will also happen on that device. Henna? So please ensure that you have your devices in place. Okay?
Yes, sir.
No more can. These are the only points that I ask of you. Baki, everything I'll take care of. Don't worry about it. Everything else is my responsibility. To get your classes organized, to ensure that you meet the right kind of people, to ensure that you develop a network that goes beyond anything that this country ever sees, that is my responsibility. I can promise you, at the end of the 3 years that you spend at IIT, I can wake you up in the middle of the night, I can wake you up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I will just shove you into a hotel or any hospitality enterprise, and you will stand up and say, oh, I know what to do. That's my promise to you. My promise to you is that you turn around, you walk into a room, people will turn around. I will make sure that your personality becomes such. But that requires a lot of hard work, boys and girls. A lot of hard work. And that hard work, I can put in. But more than me, you have to put in. You have to decide how your career proceeds. You have to decide how you want me to help you shape in your career. All right? For that, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
आवाज मेरे को नहीं चलता. जोर से बोलो.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
और थोड़ा सा.
Yes, sir. Definitely, we will do hard work.
Yes,
See,
sir.
I'll finish my session with the last bit of gyan that I gave you. Okay, this is more to do with the ability to speak, the confidence that you have when you're talking. Whenever you talk, remember 4 points. Okay, Whenever you speak, speak loudly, speak clearly, speak forcefully, speak tactfully.
Yes, sir.
याद रहेंगे?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
अच्छा
Yes,
बोलो.
sir.
The first was
Speak loudly.
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 Clearly.
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 Clearly. Forcefully.
clearly,
Forcefully.
Forcefully.
forcefully,
Tactfully.
Tactfully.
Yes.
tactfully. इन सब का मतलब पता है? नहीं सर, वो हम क्यों पता करेंगे सर? वो तो आप बताओ सर. बच्चा लोग, this is the difference between your school and college. मैं तब तक नहीं बताऊंगा जब तक तुम पूछोगे. आज बता दे रहा हूँ. अगली बार. To speak loudly means to ensure that your audience gets to hear you. It could be your audience sitting in front of you. It could be just one person sitting across the table. It could be 10,000 people in a stadium to whom you're talking. Loudness is a controllable attribute of your voice. You can decide whether you want to speak and throw your voice very loudly, or you can decide to curb it to a low level. That is loudness. Speak clearly. You know, we Indians have a problem. The problem is that our languages are much more versatile and rich compared to English. Simple example. People are from all over the place. Okay, जो अपन हिंदी की बात करते हैं. How many letters of alphabet exist in Hindi? बोलो बोलो. How many letters of alphabet actually are there in Hindi? Nobody. Wow. Okay. Hindi has 44 letters in the alphabet. What about English? How many letters of alphabet in English?
Twenty-six.
26. Thank you.
26, sir.
26. Okay. Good. Right. सबके सबको अंग्रेजी का पता है, हिंदी का नहीं पता. Okay. Now imagine these letters of alphabets come from different sounds that you make when you talk. So Hindi, which is not a very old language, has 44 of these sounds, whereas English has 26. You go to the other corners of our country, you would realize that the sounds that are there, that the letters of the alphabet only increase, they do not decrease. In fact, you go to the southern part of the country, it's far more massive. Malayalam, Tamil, oh my God. As a result of that, our makeup, our evolution has happened in such a fashion that we can create a lot more sounds. When we speak, we tend to speak very fast. Because we speak fast in our vernacular language, we speak fast in our mother tongue. As a result, speaking in English is not very difficult. When we do that, we tend to speak very fast. But English was not made to be fast. English was made to be slow. If you ever hear an English, a UK person speaking in English, you would see that they actually pause after almost every word to ensure that the audience is able to understand the words that they are saying. समझिए? That is the speed of English. और हम तो भैया हम तो बोलते हैं बिल्कुल देसी भाषा में. When we start speaking like a bullet, and our sentence is already over. That's a concern. So when you speak, speak clearly. Make sure that your audience is able to understand what you are saying. What was point number 3?
Forcefully.
Forcefully. Fantastic. Speaking forcefully means believing what you are saying. You see, only 7% of your communication is through this tongue. 93% of your communication happens through your body language. If you do not believe what you're saying, your body language is going to tell your entire audience that you do not believe what you're saying. Your energy of talking will go down. The way you explain things will be completely a disaster. Your confidence will go for a toss. So, always ensure that whatever you say, believe in it. If you do not believe something, don't say it. Take it from me, and this is not just about hospitality, this is also about humanity. If you do not believe in something, please don't create a propaganda on it. One of the stories of Chanakya, I'm not sure if you've heard of this gentleman, but he was one of the sharpest minds of the medieval Indian dynasty era, if you can call it. One of the stories is one of Chanakya's shishya, student, ran up to him one day and he's like, Guruji, आपको पता है आपके बारे में क्या कह रहे हैं? So he immediately stops his child and he says, okay, wait. Anything that has to pass through my ears needs to go through the 3-question test. The student is like, what is that? Like, I'll tell you. First question. Whatever you are about to tell me, does it have a direct impact on you? Student said no. Number 2, whatever you are about to tell me, does it have a direct impact on me? Student said, maybe, आप ही के बारे में बात करें, no. Don't go there. Tell me, will it actually have an impact on me? So the student started thinking, saying, I don't know. Okay, you don't know. Question 3, whatever you are about to tell me, will it have an impact on our relationship as a teacher and a student? He's like, no. Then Chanakya said, then I don't need to hear it. Because whatever you say, please understand, gift of speech, it's called a gift. It's a blessing. The ability to communicate with other human beings in such a vast array of words and sounds, it is a gift. We have to use it properly. Wise men talk because they have something to say. Fools talk because they have to say something. There's a massive difference between the placement of words in these sentences. Choose right, become wise, decide whether you have to say something or you have something to say. Alright? That was forcefully. And finally, tactfully. Think before you speak. It's okay for you to take a 1-second rest to actually comprehend the information that has come to you and then start speaking. That's absolutely fine. Nobody will penalize you for that. But when you speak, make sure it is balanced, it is not biased, and you have your emotions in check. How do you keep your emotions in check? That's a topic for later conversation when we go forward into a lot more detail on how to communicate, how to ensure that communication is proper and professional, because it's a huge chapter. Maybe I'll take it, maybe I'll not. If you're unlucky, then I will take it. If you're lucky, then somebody else will take it. But we'll definitely discuss how you communicate in much more detail. Boys and girls, once again, welcome to IIHM Goa. This is a turning point in your life. This is the point from where your career progression starts. Till now, it was your education that was starting, but now the career progression starts. How your career is shaped starts at this moment. So, best of luck for your future. We have a hashtag. We say IIHM best 3 years. It's not just because we created it, it's because our students like the 3 years that they spent with us. These 3 years are going to be a fantastic experience. Why? One, because you will have me in your back and I'll keep shouting, hey, loudly, clearly, forcefully, tactfully, loudly, clearly, forcefully, tactfully. That's one very important thing. But more importantly, the activities, the exposure, the networking that you are going to do in the next 3 years are a blessing. So make most of all the resources that we are going to provide to you. I will be seeing you almost on a daily basis just to understand how your things are progressing. So best of luck for the 3 best years in IIHM. Boys and girls, congratulations on getting through IIHM Goa. I will be seeing you again and again and again. Till that time, let's call it a day from the studios of IIHM Goa. See you around. Bye-bye.